This is Author Conversations, the Stenhouse Publishers podcast. In the first of a series of 3 podcasts, Rick Wormeli tells us about his latest book, Differentiation, From Planning to Practice, 6 to 12, and explains how differentiation allows teachers to address the diverse needs of their students.
Well, I wrote the book to fill what I saw was a void in a lot of the differentiation literature and presentations that were being done around the country and abroad. There are a lot of folks who go to conferences, who read books, and they get a tool here and there, but pulling it all together, you've got a stack of in-service handouts or books on your desk, and now your school has said, well, we have diverse learners, so you need to meet all of their needs. And with the rising accountability issues and the public outcry for schools to be high quality, you decide, all right, well, the pressure's on. I need to do something to meet the needs of diverse students in my class. I've got some kids who are working 3 grade levels above, and some are working below, and some they're working on. I've got English as a second language set of students. I've got kids who are gifted or advanced. I've got learning disabilities. I have Asperger's. I've got kids all over the map. What do I do in my class period? If it's a self-contained class, you might be able to do a lot more during the course of the day. But for a lot of us, hence the focus on 6th through 12th grade, for a lot of times, we only see the kids for about 45 to 50 minutes. Once in a while, hopefully, we can see them in an extended length block class. But even then, it's kind of difficult to do, especially if you have a course load, or a student load, I should say, of about 120 to 150 or more students. So now, I've got this stack. I'm facing a blank computer screen or a blank piece of paper. What do I do first in a differentiated lesson? Well, what we do in the book is we actually show the behind-the-scenes, step-by-step of what teachers should do if they're going to do a very thoughtful and responsive and hopefully effective differentiated lesson. We begin with that blank computer screen or blank page, and we walk them through each one of the steps, and there are about 12 steps that are identified over and over, so they're very, very clear in the course of the book. And then we talk about, after we've gone through kind of a model lesson and all the behind the scenes, we talk about all the different things that could go wrong, and then what does a highly accomplished differentiating teacher do about those things? And we brainstorm lots and lots of options, not just one option. One of my frustrations with some differentiation books is they say, well, if a student has this issue, do this one thing. And, it doesn't always work that way. With humans, we're rather messy. And so we want to see a variety of things. One book could not possibly meet the needs of every teaching scenario in our country and around the world. So we want to make sure that we're very open. And that means that we also want to provide the generic tools that you might find in a differentiated class. So the book also provides perhaps 14 or 15 of the most commonly found tools that people use to manage the class. I mean, things like flexible grouping and tiering and, exit cards and lots of formative assessment and adjusting content, process, product, affect, and learning environment, and so many of the things that are typically found. And another large part of the book I'm going to offer is I truly don't believe that you can differentiate unless you're at least a mini expert on the human mind. To me, that is the greatest tool a teacher has, is what you know about how the mind best learns. And some teachers aren't up to speed. When I ask them, well, why do you do what you do? Why did you make that decision regarding that child? And sometimes the only answer they come up with was, well, it was done to me and I'm supposedly okay. Well, that's not good enough in a highly accomplished profession such as teaching. We really have to know what's going on inside the mind. So I decided to put in the book a big section on real practical cognitive science principles. And then the last part of the book are 12 scenarios commonly found in high school and middle school, because high school and middle school tend to be the folks that find this the greatest struggle to really truly differentiate for the mass of students they have to teach. And these are commonest scenarios. What's going wrong? It could be kids that are just really advanced, or kids who are working in art class that don't have the art skills, or PE that don't have the PE skills, or the physical development, or kids who truly don't understand square roots, whatever it might be. And then how would a differentiating teacher respond to that, both informally and formally? Because sometimes you just stopping by a student's desk and helping him with a math problem, that's differentiated instruction. It's something you do differently with him than you do with the rest of the class. So we want to provide as many practical resources as well, tools of the trade, let alone just the behind-the-scenes thinking, hopefully to be able to so everybody can see that differentiation is doable. That would be a wonderful outcome, that people would read the book and say, wow, I can do this.
Differentiation, From Planning to Practice, Grades 6 to 12 by Rick Wormeli is available online through Stenhouse Publishers and your Stenhouse distributor. Thanks for listening.